Live from Hyde, 49 coming at you with another community shoutcast for the OUSA Dota League Season 1. Just loading into the game. The game was an hour delayed. I think Paddy's Pubstomp has forfeited game 1 due to being more than half an hour late. It's in the terms and conditions. If your team is unable to join the lobby for longer than half an hour, it counts as an automatic forfeit. We're loading into game 2 right now. So we have the boys from Team Struggle up against Paddy's Pubstomp. I think they requested a pause once we load in just to check ping. So we'll see how we do. So far, also on the other hand for Group 1, Blink Dota has played against... Ooh, hang on. Blink Dota is currently playing over against... there we go. Blink Dota is currently playing against... I should really sort this out, bear with me. Just waiting for the 5th player for Paddy's Pubstomp to load in. He's just jumped in. Hang on just 1 second. There we go.
Oh shit, sorry.
No worries. So we'll be joined by Henry of the OUSA as my co-caster. We'll just be calling out a few plays. So we have Paddy's Pubstomp up against Team Struggle. Looks like Paddy's Pubstomp has the first ban. Just introducing their players, they have their captain, Hugh Honey, Mantis Toboggan, MD, Vic Vinegar, Naughty North, and Roastbusters. Over on the side of Struggle, we have Brightside New Zealand as their captain and I believe mid player, Spooky Scary Skeleton, Tig Old Biddies, Seize the Cheese, and Diablos. So we're just waiting in for the first ban.
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah, it'll be interesting.
5 seconds remaining.
Gonna work. No.
I knew we should have done Sky, man.
Reserve time.
Oh, wait, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you fine. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Alright, so we've got the first ban for the...
OD and Elk are pretty weird bans, first bans for the current metagame.
Yeah, I understand the OD just because he is a very prominent mid-hero, but the Alchemist ban is kind of unnecessary. Alchemist has been nerfed almost to the ground now, especially with the recent nerf to his Unstable Concoction, with the duration only being 5.5 seconds for you to throw it before it blows up in your face. Second ban...
The bigger nerf was that to his night vision.
Yeah, that also was a huge nerfing, especially with the nerf to the HP with his ult, so now it just gives him flat regen.
Oh, the Pud ban.
Not too sure serious or troll, but I mean, we never know. Brightside New Zealand could be the next Dendy.
5 seconds remaining.
So just waiting on the secondary ban. With the Alchemist first ban, I'm a little bit surprised. It's something that you don't really see too much anymore, because Alchemist is only used as a trade lane hero. We've got the Doom second ban, that's a bit more conventional. Doom brings a lot to a team. He's similar in that sense to the Nature's Prophet in the fact that he can pick up so much farm, pick up those core utility items for your team, and Doom is counters pretty much every single hero in the game. You throw him into the off lane, throw him mid. You can use him in the tri lane, although his potential is a bit wasted because he doesn't have much kill power. And we've got a first pick for the Jakiro. What are your thoughts on that, Henry?
That's kind of surprising. I wouldn't normally think you'd pick up a Jakiro unless you had set up to, like, you'd get higher priority set up for his AoE. The Crystal Maiden is definitely a first pick support. She is very, very strong early game and just being able to roam extremely efficiently. Bristleback also an option. I wonder if he could be run offlane. He is alright in mid and can be played in a sort of mid-game oriented push lineup as a carry. Yeah, just building on that point with Jakiro, one of the reasons why he's very rarely picked up is the fact that he turns like a Mack truck, very slow turn rate and very high cast point. So unlike, say, Crystal Maiden has a cast point about 0.3, her spells cast almost instantly, Jakiro takes a long time, and if you have to turn her around to face you to throw out that ice path, it's actually very easy just to walk away. It takes a lot of skill and coordination to pull off the Jakiro pick, but he does offer a lot to a team in terms of that Death Ball push. You've got the dual breath to clear out creep waves, liquid fire to slow down tower damage, and you've got the ice path, which is almost like a 1100 range Fisher, so you can throw that out. Luna's the secondary pick that's a bit more conventional. Extremely powerful tri-lane hero, can pick up that early BKB and Death Ball, because once she has Eclipse up, once she has BKB, unless you could kill her with physical DPS and catch her out of a BKB, nothing you can do once she drops that ult, you have to run for your life. Yeah, now
5
if
seconds remaining.
Paddy's Pubstomp were looking to pick up something like a Visage, that would be an incredibly strong tri-lane.
Reserve time.
Yeah, especially since you have that Grave Chill to slow them down long enough for Jakiro to throw out that Ice Path.
Though
And then
I definitely think they need someone with 600 attack range, just because Jakiro and Luna don't really have the range. Like, they still get caught under Quill Spray if they are up against a Bristleback, and that's never in a situation where you want to be.
yeah, definitely.
Stacks.
Bristleback is a great offlane hero just because if you do happen to kill him after burning through his Bristleback passive, you do eat a lot of quills to the face, means that it can often turn into a trade. You can't dive him under a tower. As everyone knows, the last thing we're going to do is a pissed off Bristleback with quill procs on you while the tower's also beating you.
Yeah, especially I haven't seen a lot of offlane Bristleback, but yeah, if you can pick up something like a pipe for your team, or even a mech.
Mechanism's great on Bristleback. Yeah, he's got pretty high int growth, so it really sustains him. Gives him more EHP than that Vanguard, which is a pretty common pickup on him as well, and gives him armor, which is something he really needs.
10 seconds remaining.
Looking at the other two bans, we've got Weaver as well as Nature's Prophet. These two also very conventional bans. Weaver has that high mobility, especially in the tri-lane. He offers a lot of kill power just because he hits so hard with his Gemini's attack, with that Swarm to provide that negative armor debuff, and the fact that he doesn't have to build boots, so he could immediately build in something like a Lincoln Sphere. The Nature's Prophet ban is simply to shut down split push, as well as to limit their offlane. It's a bit interesting they chose to ban that Nature's Prophet though, since Struggle has picked up that Bristleback and he most likely will be their offlane hero. Bristleback is very rarely used in the tri-lane. We've got a Juggernaut pickup.
This is very interesting. It's looking like they are going for a mid-game carry sort of push strat, trying to get Luna before she gets her BKB up and a second and third item to really take over the game.
Definitely. Juggernaut's also a very flexible pickup, because he can go into the mid lane as well as the tri-lane with that Crystal Maiden. In the mid lane, the reason why Juggernaut works so well is he can use that spin to clear out the wave, do a bit of harassment, make some magic immune, clear out the wave, use it to control the runes. Once he hits level 6, if he catches you outside of a creep wave, you're dead. In terms of the third and fourth bans for Struggle, we've got Nyx and the Mirana. Little bit unsure about the Nyx ban, as they already have that tri-lane carry hero picked up. The Luna can go mid, but a lot of her potential is wasted. And we've got a Tinker as their fourth pickup.
This is going to be a very... The Earthshaker pickup for Paddy's Pubstomp as well. That is effectively giving them a ranged hero and a setup. If he can get on point Earth Splitters, then yeah. Sorry, not Earth Splitter. What's the name?
It's a great conjunction.
Yeah, so if he can get some, if he can get his ice paths and with dual breaths.
Yeah, exactly. Use the Fissure to lead into the ice path. Luna's able to throw that Lucent Beam, get a few hits in, follow up the dual breath, and they're pretty much dead if they call out position. Really effective pickup against that Bristleback as well. If you do happen to Fissure block him, it doesn't matter how tanky you are, you're stuck for 8 seconds, you're probably going to die. Tinker's a bit of a greedy pickup, since he does need a lot of farm to pick up before he really hits off. He's very vulnerable to ganks in the early game, especially if he chooses to max out March of the Machines as they're going for that early points in Laser and Rocket. So a few rotations from the Jakiro and the... Oh, we actually have a Leshrac pickup as well. So it could be a farming Leshrac. We have seen this used very rarely. It's usually Ice that plays that farming Leshrac.
Yeah, in the last year or two, farming Leshrac hasn't... Well, in the last year especially, hasn't really been that common, but from time to time he is pushed, he is picked up, but the new Lightning with a 4-second cooldown will actually be very good at dragging aggro.
Definitely.
Then again, so in Dual Breath. This is actually really interesting with the draft so far, that Struggle has got such good push heroes, and then Paddy's Pubstomp have the better late game carry and Luna, and also have a lot of they have a lot of anti-push and can clear waves pretty easily, so I think it's all going to be in the first sort of 10 minutes. If Struggle get off to...
Henry, your mic's kind of cutting out a bit.
Paddy's Pubstomp has some levels. Is it?
Yeah, like from time to time it'll just periodically drop out like mid-sentence.
Okay, I'm just going to mess with some settings.
Alright, let me know once you're back up. I'm just going to cover over the rest of the bands. And so we've got...
Bugging out a bit.
Yeah, that is a bit tricky, huh? So we've got the Storm Spirit ban from Struggle, which is also a bit surprising, as it looks like they already have their mid and their tri-lane heroes set up, so at that point you want to ban out the offlane heroes, as you want to limit the amount of heroes that they can effectively use. Since there's no point in banning a mid hero if they already have their mid hero chosen. They've got that Luna who can go in the tri-lane or can go mid. We could even see a Leshrac tri-lane with the Jakiro and the Earthshaker. A high amount of magic damage coming out, especially with the fact that you have a triple stun. So Fissure into Ice Path into Split Earth. Split Earth does 180 damage at level 1, so very high kill potential. Then you max out that Lightning Storm, so you can throw that out to clear the wave, do a lot of harassment. This is the traditional farming build for him. Leshrac can go into the mid lane, but against the Tinker he's severely outmatched because Tinker hits harder, has a much better attack animation, and he also has a lot more burst damage that comes out. Leshrac has to land that Split Earth if he wants to go for a kill attempt on the Tinker, whereas Tinker can simply laser and rocket him in the face. But going over for that Enigma ban, very interesting ban by Paddy's Pubstomp. I guess they're fearing the fact that they could go for a dual lane. They could send that Bristleback to the off lane, send Tinker mid, have Crystal Maiden Juggernaut in bot, and have that Enigma in the jungle who could potentially rotate in. So we're looking to see what the fifth pickup struggle is. They'll need a secondary support hero to complement that tri-lane. We could see something like a Venomancer. I would like to see a Visage, just in case if they do go try-v-try, as that Visage is the undisputed king of tri-lanes. Ancient Apparition hasn't been picked up. This is another very interesting point. I know Team Blink has really been maximizing that power, that chilling touch, especially in triple range tri-lanes. As we saw from yesterday's game, they were able to use Skywrath Mage, Ancient Apparition, and Mirana, and this completely decimated the opposing dual lane. Ancient Apparition has a few drawbacks in this situation because, oh, it looks like they have gone for the Visage, so we've got the undisputed king of the tri-lanes. Struggle want to go try in this situation. They know that they have the superior tri-lane. Juggernaut really shuts down a lot of the potential power that they have for the Dire side. And looks like they've picked up Queen of Pain, so Queen of Pain mid. And will we be seeing an offlane Leshrac or perhaps an offlane Earthshaker?
An offlane Earthshaker is dual.
Yeah, I know Dumble D from Team Horseman, 4 Horsemen of the Apocalypse likes to do this in...
Yeah, way more what I would expect.
Yeah. Not too sure how effective this will be, so we'll see what happens. But in that case, we'll be looking at a Jakiro, Luna, and Leshrac tri-lane. I guess you have the Ice Path to follow into the Split Earth, followed up by the Lucent Beam.
So if I was Paddy's Pubstomp, I would, it's pretty obvious that Struggle are going to run an aggressive tri-lane with CM, Jug, and Visage, so they could aggressive by their own and try to attempt to dodge and run a safe informing Leshrac just to sort of sap XP.
Yep.
They don't really have the best for diving under tower. So that could be probably the best situation that they could run at the moment. Clock vs Tinker is a very classic matchup. It'll just be whether the Tinker keeps his laser at level 1 so he can blind the Quap and...
Yeah, definitely.
Control.
This is something that Tinker definitely has the advantage of. A lot of Tinker players, they tend to actually hold on to their skill points, just keep 1 point in the laser until they need it to kill. And just hold on to the points until the kill attempt shows up, since otherwise level 1 laser only costs them about 80-90 mana, gives them that 3-second blind, 95 mana, so they can use that to blind the mid-hero, prevent them getting CS. Queen of Pain usually wins against a lot of mid-heroes just because of the fact that she has that Q. It does so much harassment damage, she has really high base attack, as well as an excellent attack point animation.
30 seconds to battle.
Yeah, that, the Null Talisman on Tinker, will delay his bottle, but I think the extra damage against the Queen of Pain will really tell. Tinker does have a pretty good attack animation, although I wouldn't say it's as good as Queen of Pain's, but yeah, it should be. Well, the skill levels, yeah, and this sort of stuff can be pretty wide apart at the very start of the tournament, so we'll see how.
It actually looks like a 2-1-2 situation at the moment. We've got Luna and the Jakiro to safeguard that Luna, and the Leshrac and the Earthshaker. I'm not too sure how effective this will be. I guess the advantage of having the Earthshaker is, it looks like Leshrac's actually going to be caught out of position. Crystal Nova into Bladespin, into Grave Chill, and he's going down. Naughty North speeds First Blood. Excellent execution. Earthshaker could have thrown out that Fissure, maybe try to block him off. There was a very narrow choke point, but I guess he didn't want to risk it.
No, I don't think it would have mattered. Visage starting. Oh no, Visage
already coming in from the side. Yep. Visage with boots is a terrifying thing. He could get off that Grave Chill faster. Earthshaker's driven down the lane. The advantage of having Earthshaker against this tri-lane is the fact that he can hang back. If Leshrac gets caught out by the Grave Chill or by the Crystal Nova, he can throw out that Fissure to try to drive him back. But beyond that, there isn't all too much they can do there. This is a dominating tri-lane for the Radiant side. Over into the top lane.
Yeah,
We'll just...
Visage and CM do have to still be reasonably careful, just because Visage with his low
magic resistance
and CM just being squishy in general, the dual stun lane is still very dangerous.
But the big advantage to this,
once they get level 2 and 3,
is the fact that Crystal Maiden has an effective range of 900 with that Crystal Nova. Visage has an effective range of 600 with that Grave Chill. They don't necessarily have to get up close. We see Crystal Maiden rotating in, throws out that Crystal Nova. A little bit too slow on the reaction there by the Visage. He could have gone the Grave Chill off, but it looks like he does a bit of harassment nonetheless.
Yeah, now that Visage has level 2, this is really important. It will be a lot easier, very easy for the Leshrac and Earthshaker to almost accidentally die, like if they get out of position at all, if they get slowed into a spin, and just that damage from the spin, getting the Soul Assumption charges so quickly, there'll be massive Soul Assumption damage.
I'm a bit surprised by the fact that Juggernaut chose to level crit over his healing ward, especially given the fact that you'd think that with that Tinker pickup, with that Bristleback, they want to go for early fights, early engagements, take early towers. Crit actually doesn't offer Juggernaut all too much. It's actually much more preferable to get points and stats, just so that you can do the spin into ult combination at level 6, as Juggernaut's mana pool is very low.
Now, with the Crystal Maiden, if she gets some early levels up in that aura, I think you can do that instead of getting stats.
We've got Crystal Nova into Blade Spin. Looks like Rosebusters is going down with that Grave Chill. There's no way you should be able to get out of that. Soul Assumption finishing them off. Great execution. Showcases the power of the Crystal Maiden in conjunction with that Visage. Crystal Maiden's biggest advantage is the fact that Crystal Nova has 900 range. It's 700 AoE, but with 400 radius, it effectively counts as 900. Can use that to catch people out of position. Visage chases up with the boots, follows up with the Great Chill, and then Juggernaut with boots and spin. Easy, easy kill. Over in the top lane, Bristleback is doing pretty good so far. He has expended a lot of his mana. We'll see if he's actually chosen to forgo his Q, and yeah, he's skipped his Nasal Goo, gone for the extra points in Bristleback. This is a build that a lot of Chinese players like to do when they go into the off lane, as they know that they're not going to be going in for kill attempts. They don't need that Goo. All they need to do is stay alive for as long as possible, leech some EXP. Once they get some points up in Warpath, they usually tend to pick up Nasal Goo at level 7 and use that to start rotating getting kills.
Yeah, now it's interesting that they're giving the Crystal Maiden pretty much solo XP from the pulls, when I would have thought that getting the Visage to level 6 as fast as possible would have been much more of a priority. Though with level 3 on the Crystal Maiden, if she picks up a level in Frostbite, she can't... There's no wards behind... Oh yeah, sorry, there is a ward.
She actually has chosen to get a secondary point in Arcane Aura. This is very interesting. A lot of Crystal Maidens usually want to get 1 point up in all their skills by level 3. They want the Crystal Nova thrown out. Looks like they're switching targets. Bit of miscommunication there. They switched targets a bit too late. Juggernaut throws out that spin. Soul Assumption's thrown out to Leshrac, but it looks like he's going to get out fine. Miscommunication there from Struggle. They chose to switch targets at the wrong moment. Threw out that Grave Chill on the Earthshaker instead of that Leshrac. But nonetheless, they drive them back, do a lot of harassment damage. I guess Crystal Maiden's...
With that Crystal Maiden... The Crystal Maiden Aura and the Healing Ward, if Juggernaut gets it pretty soon, are a pretty good combo, just to keep really good lane sustain.
Bristleback taking a lot of damage, eats a Lucent Beam to the back. He looks like he's going to go down there. Luna can chase and follow up with the...
One charges.
Nope, never mind. Chooses to back off. Jakiro taking a lot of damage from the tower there. If you are being hit by a tower, A-click a friendly unit and the tower will de-aggro from you. It's the way tower aggro is encoded into Dota. Double damage room picked up on Queen of Pain. In terms of last ditch, he's leading the ball with 17 for 4, Juggernaut at 17 for 3. Tinker at 16 for 5, so he's catching up, breaking even. He's got one more deny, so that means a lot more EXP on his side compared to that Queen of Pain.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Looks like he's choosing to max out March. He has gone Soul Ring very early engagement. Queen of Pain goes down to the missile. Bit of an overcommitment there. Not too sure why she sat there tanking tower hits. She could have blinked out. But good awareness from the Tinker, realizing that she would blink out and using the rocket split second after to make sure she didn't disjoint both. Bristleback driven out of lane, TP's back in. Just gonna do it, looks like over in the bot lane. They go in for a tower dive, they get a kill on Leshrac. Leshrac has gone for Edict. One of the reasons why he's gone for that is the fact that it does combined damage, so if it doesn't do any magical damage because Juggernaut's spinning, it'll still do physical DPS. Juggernaut looks like he's going down to that tower. Bit unfortunate.
Crystal Maiden not quite boss enough in order to take the aggro off the Jug, but it's fine. That is very tricky to do in that sort of situation.
Definitely. She has picked up boots now, so we have a kill lane with all their heroes having boots. Queen of Pain looks like she's rotating in, but she's spotted out. She's only level 5, so she doesn't have that ult. Looks like she's going to try to get a pick off on that Crystal Maiden. Crystal Maiden wisely backs off. They're all just hanging around. Queen of Pain without level 6 loses a lot of her burst power potential. If she had her ult, she could blink, scream, throw out the ult to kill the Crystal Maiden, and immediately back the hell away. In this case, it looks like it's just wasting time in the middle lane.
Yeah, after dying to that Tinker, the Queen of Pain was a full level behind. Now he hasn't actually gone back to lane yet, so this Tinker is almost level 9 compared to the level 5 of Queen of Pain. It's really starting to become a major issue.
Another interesting thing to point out is the fact that she's building treads, but she went gloves of haste first instead of building the stat item. This is a bit interesting, as usually in the mid lane you want to pick up a full wand before you build anything else. So you want boots, bottle, wand, then you want to upgrade your boots. Unless if you're a hero like the Tinker who needs that boots of travel ASAP. It's interesting that
Tinker's only 700 gold off. Boots of travel.
Yeah, he's off to an excellent start. You saw that he was calling out ancients earlier, throws out rockets, doing a bit of harassment trading. It's interesting he's chosen to go for that Soul Ring. Usually Tinker players tend to opt for that Boots of Travel first and then pick up Soul Ring. The rationale behind that is your Soul Ring isn't too handy. Oh, and Queen of Pain goes in, doesn't have enough mana for that Scream, might be able to right-click him down. Tinker wisely drinks through trees, throws out that Marcher machines to cover his retreat in case she does decide to blink in on him.
He's looking for the sneaky backstab.
And looks like it's a wasted level 1 Queen of Pain. Oh, throws out the missile just to be cheeky. And wisely backs off. If he didn't go for that Soul Ring, he would have his Boots of Travel right now. But nonetheless, he's off to an excellent start.
Pick up a bottle instead.
Yeah, a bottle. It looks like he actually gets a kill with the rocket. Queen of Pain being a little bit too greedy, forgets the fact that Heat-Seeking Missile's 2,500 range. If he can see you, you're dead. Over in the bottom lane, we do have Leshrac TPing back down. Just going to do a quick EXP and gold graph check. We've got over 4,000 EXP in favor of Team Struggle. In terms of gold difference, it's over 2,000. Off to a dominating start of the map. Looks like the dual lane for Paddy's Pubstomp didn't really work out. They've died a few times. They're behind in EXP and gold. Juggernaut's getting a lot of farm. And he's still choosing to max out that crit.
Juggernaut and Luna are pretty even.
This is true, but keep in mind that he's gotten kills and he just throws out that Omni Slasher and Earthshaker's dead. There's nothing you can do in that situation. Good execution. Tinker's rotated bot. Looks like they're going for an early game push with 4 bot. Over in the top lane, Queen of Pain has rotated top. And looks like Bristleback might go down. Queen of Pain has a follow-up blink in a few seconds. She has a follow-up scream. Throws out the Q. Bristleback standing there throwing out quill sprays and goes down to the Lucent Beam. But that's 3 heroes invested just to kill an off-lane Bristleback. Tinker is TPing in. He's going to throw out rockets.
Some opportunities.
Queen of Pain blinks and disjoints at this time. Eats a Lucent Beam to the face. Throws out the Marcher machines to cover his retreat. And
Tinker should just be able to farm under this tower pretty easily and pick up his Boots of Travel.
Yeah, definitely. Invisibility Room picked up by the Queen of Pain. Once she gets her ult off cooldown again, she looks like she could go for a kill attempt on that Tinker right now. Right side's hanging about. He's almost got his Boots of Travel. If he gets that last CS, he'll get it. And there you go. That's Boots of Travel up on the Tinker. Queen of Pain just misses her chance to engage. But even if she does engage, Tinker can turn around, laser in the face, hit her once throughout the rocket, and that would kill her. Without her ult, she can't burst him down in time. Over in the bottom lane, Visage is almost at level 6. We'll be to head it in one more creep wave after this one. It's interesting he's actually chosen to pick up 1 point in Gravekeeper's Cloak, especially with the recent change to his Frostbite thrown out by Crystal Nut. Maiden, Split Earth misses. You usually see Visage players skipping the E in favor of maxing out that that Grave Chill. So you usually see them max out Q and W before they get any points in E. As a Visage player, Henry, what are your thoughts on this?
I actually disagree with you. I think getting the Gravekeeper's Cloak is much more important, especially with the nerfed magic resist that Visage has. You really need it just to tank up and stop being so squishy. The 3 to 4 second increase on Grave, the only 1 second increase per second on Grave Chill isn't actually that beneficial.
Crystal Nova thrown out, Crystal Nova tanking a few hits. Grave Chill thrown out. We've got Queen of Pain TPing in. She does have her ult. This is a very dangerous dive for the Radiant side. Q thrown out. Looks like Visage is going to go down. Edict damage is coming out. That's an easy choke point. Split Earth throws out that Soul Assumption from Hell's Heart. He stabs at the goes down. Split Earth misses. Juggernaut picks up a double damage and backs off. Oh, turns out he turns around. Omni slashes him in the face. He says, "Bitch, I'm the Juggernaut." Throws out the spin. Luna throws out the Eclipse. Looks like Bristleback will be tanking all of that as Juggernaut is magic immune. Unfortunately, the Bladespin does purge off that double damage, so 2-for-1 engagement. Bit risky with that Bristleback dying, but they do burn off the Lunar Eclipse and do get a kill over on the Queen of Pain.
Now Tinker just stacking the Ancients, he's picked up a bottle. I'm sure he'll be looking at stacking that a few more times and clearing it out to pick up a Blink really quickly so he can really actively start split pushing and putting pressure on these outer towers. So close to blowing up Leshrac.
Yeah, over in the middle lane. Fisher, Diablos eats a Fisher to the face, but Jakiro isn't around to follow up with the Ice Path or the Dual Breath, so it looks like she'll live to fight another day. The reason why Tinker players pick up the Soul Ring after the Boots of Travel is the fact that Rearm resets Soul Ring, so it means you can always throw out an extra march before you have to TP back. You can TP into a lane, throw out 2 marches, activate your Rearm and TP back in the lane. With Tinker, it's all about efficiency and maximizing how much farm you get. So we see right now he's going to throw out a March of Machines.
Pressure on bottom lane not being answered. It does look like a pretty easy bottom tower for...
It's a bit of a pity that Juggernaut didn't go for those 3 elite points in the healing ward. They could carry on pushing. Oh, it looks like Crystal Maiden guys get picked off over on the top lane. The jungle, Bristleback is eating a lot of damage, but throwing out Quill Sprays. Queen of Pain is hanging around, and looks like they're just going to let him go free. Tinker's able to TP in to respond, but other than throwing out rockets, there's not too much he can do. Ice Path thrown up by Jakiro and misses.
I do wonder if Tinker will pick up an Aghanim Scepter this game. With the 4 rockets, Paddy's team is actually quite like with Leshrac and Queen of Pain especially. That is 2 people you could almost accidentally kill with those rockets and Rearm and team fights.
The thing though with the Aghanim Scepter on the Tinker is you almost always want to build Blink Dagger as your first item, just because it enables you to farm anywhere in the map. You can shift key the Blink and go into trees. It means it's very difficult for the opposing team to gank you. With that uninterrupted amount of farm, you can then go for your next big item. So it's either the DEYGON, the Sheepstick, or in this case the Aghanim Scepter. Aghanim Scepter does provide a lot of strong deathball power, especially with those 4 missiles, as the Paddy's team, aside from the Earthshaker, is actually pretty squishy. Eating 4 rockets every time Tinker has vision of them is pretty dangerous. Bristleback a little bit too far, decides that no one's actually around, so walks back on in. It looks like he's rushing that Vanguard, hasn't picked up Boots yet. Bit interesting, he's actually chosen to max out Bristleback over Quill Spray. The reason why you want to max out Quill Spray over Bristleback is the fact that Bristleback will give you free Quill Spray procs, but at that level of Quill Spray that you have. So if you have a maxed out Quill Spray, you'll get the 1 or 2 free Quill Spray procs you get from Bristleback will do a lot more damage. Earthshaker throws out Echo Slam, goes down to the Juggernaut. Did he throw out his ult for that? Or, yeah, it looks like he threw out his ult for that. Juggernaut looks like he's going for that Battle Fury, has picked up Ring of Health with that poor man's shield. He's almost got enough for his Perseverance as well as halfway to his Claymore. Jakiro hanging out, throws down Ice Path, misses, is called out position, frostbitten by the Crystal Maiden. Familiars are hanging around, throws out the Macropire, but goes down. There's not too much you can do there. Cool Spray finishes him off. Luna hangs around.
Sacrificing his life just to get a ward up on the high ground that is instantly de-warded.
Such is life as a support hero, huh?
Pretty much. Pretty much.
Just gonna do a quick item check for Paddy's team. Earthshaker has a Stout Shield and no boots. Arcane boots up on Leshrac. He looks like he's going for that mechanism. He has picked up that headdress of Rejuvenation. Jakiro has boots and the Ring of Basilius. Luna has a Poor Man's Shield and the Ring of Aquila. Not too sure about the Poor Man's Shield pickup. It doesn't really offer much.
Just like me.
Going for a Yasha on this Luna is a very, probably not the best decision. She really should be rushing a BKB.
Oh, bit of action happening right now. Throws out the Eclipse. Goes a bit too far, dies to the Bladespin. Queen of Pain overcommitted as well. Her Blink's on cooldown, gets hit by the Frostbite. Split Out saves her life. Tower goes down to back rush. She throws out her ult with that. Scream of Pain brings him down. Crystal Man throws her ult, recognizes not hitting anyone, he starts to stop. Tinker's duking out with that Jakiro. Jakiro throws out the Macropire saying, bitch, come at me. Tinker decides to TP out. Looks like he's going to go down to right clicks. Excellent aftershock effect with that Echo Totem. Good Fisher drop, and looks like the Crystal Maiden's going down to that Queen of Pain. Very messy fight. How many buybacks was that? We had the Tinker buyback, we had the Queen of Pain buyback. And it looks like a win for Paddy's, actually. They got a kill with 4 heroes.
The kill counts is a lot more even now.
Throws out the rockets, realizing no one's in vision. Oh, blinks in on the Tinker, is eating the March, is eating a laser, eats the Soul Assumption to the face with the Grave Jewel. Looks like Queen of Pain's going down. She overcommitted there, had no one to back her up. Earthshaker, sorry, goes down to right clicks from the tower, coupled with that final hit by the Visage. Visage does have Soul Assumption, so if he could catch up with the Jakiro, he could throw it out to finish him off. Soul Assumption is a very high range, 700. Juggernaut eats a Earth Split to the face as well as that Edict, but throws out that Omni Slash, does not give a shit. Luna sitting there, gets hit by Grave Chill as well. Soul Assumption might go down, pops the one charge. It looks like she's going to be fine. Bit of a throw there by Paddy's.
TP'd in on the birds.
Yeah, that's another
A couple of rockets would have.
option they do have. Tinker did pick up that Blink Dagger in that last fight, and so that does give him a hell of a lot more maneuverability. Clearing out Ancients again, very efficient farming from that Tinker. He's always making sure that he's getting some farm done. With that Null Talisman pickup, I'm thinking DEYGON. Yeah, it looks like a DEYGON. He's picked up a Staff of Wizardry.
Yeah, he started with the Null Talisman, but yeah, definitely DEYGON E-Blade Tinker is pretty strong, although
Even without the E-Blade, just having a level 5 DEYGON that you could rearm and constantly throw out. Jakiro eats a rock to the face, he's at about 30% HP, eats a Nasal Goo, he's gonna be fine. Tinker can constantly poke him. Juggernaut spots out the Earthshaker, they both decide, hey, let's be friends and back off. Hanging around the jungle, we've got 4 players from the Radiant side up in the top lane. In the background, Jakiro's farming jungle. Crystal Man gets called out by the Macropire, looks like she's gonna go down. Juggernaut forced to pop that Blade Spin, goes into the Luna, Luna goes down to the laser. Tinker is almost out of mana, but he does have a Soul Ring as well as rearm, throws out the Marching Machine, Split Earth misses. Juggernaut's turning around, he doesn't have his ult. Echo Slam thrown out by the Earthshaker, but he goes down to that March couple with that Juggernaut. Bristleback going balls deep against that Leshrac.
You're dying so close to Blink Dagger. It really is.
Bit of a pity. Tinker catches him out with the laser. Bristleback backs away. Juggernaut with that Healing Ward micro. Queen of Pain instantly kills the Healing Ward, recognizing it's very dangerous. And looks like she's going to get killed with Bristleback. Bristleback without boots, without mech. Not an awful lot he can do, but I believe he does have his Vanguard picked up. No, he's actually chosen to go for a Cloak. Queen of Pain catches out the Visage. First bird drop misses, second bird drop will land. Visage is at about very low HP. He's got that mechanism, throws out Soul Assumption. Queen of Pain, no mana, no blink, very low HP. He's getting driven off. Bird's chasing him, just provide a bit of flying vision. Blinks out, dodges that Soul Assumption. No, never mind. That Soul Assumption only had one charge, doesn't do all too much damage. Tinker wisely escapes, jukes out the Luna in the trees.
Being able to find the Tinker.
Yeah, that was huge. And Tinker has just picked up his level 1 DEYGON. That kind of reminds me of a bit of a joke there, Henry. You know what they call DEYGON? Because you use it and they gone. So it looks like we're going to see that right now. We have Laser Rocket with that blink. Earthshaker doesn't stand a chance. He's gone. Juggernaut hanging around the jungle, hoping to catch out that Luna. He does have that ult up, so if he catches her alone, she's dead. Luna almost has her Yasha. One of the big drawbacks with this item pickup is it's a very greedy item build. You want that BKB, especially when you consider that the vast majority of damage coming out from Team Struggle is magic damage based, especially in light of the Tinker picking up that DEYGON. Vanguard picked up by the Bristleback. I'm not a big fan of this pickup, as with Vanguard, if you don't get it within the first 12 minutes, it's pretty ineffective. You're better off picking up a mech, or in his case, picking up boots, maybe going to something like a Medallion of Courage. And it looks like that's a free top tower.
Does the Vanguard block damage? Does it block damage before or after the damage reduction due to Bristleback?
I'm not actually too sure. Bristleback. I think Bristleback takes priority, and then the Vanguard block goes. And Visage thrown out on Luna. Luna's on very low HP. With that spin, with that nasal goo, looks like she's going down. Earthshaker throws out a Fisher, but it gets a magic immune Juggernaut. Doesn't really do anything. Tinker blinks in, gets that DEYGON kill. Grave Chill on that Jakiro. Jakiro goes down. I apologize for that lag there. Bit of a spike. Queen of Pain throws out their ult, throws out their screen, eats a Crystal Maiden ult, goes down to right clicks. Leshrac throws out Diabolic Edict, eats a Soul Assumption to the face, and with that rocket is going down. That's a 5-0 trade. Crystal Maiden just barely escapes a very low HP, and it looks like a free tattoo tower. Excellent play from Team Struggle, really utilizing the high mobility that's coming up from that Blink Dagger. Recognizing that they have the advantage, they're going to take towers further up their advantage. Went ahead, get ahead. Bristleback looks like he almost has his treads. He's going to finish that with those creeps, so now he's finally got some mobility. Not too sure about the fact they delayed boots. That would have gotten him a kill on that Leshrac early on when he did go in that engagement. But as an off-lane player, he's been doing very well. Juggernaut has picked up his Battle Fury. So I'll be guessing for his next item pickup, he might even go for something like an Aghanim Scepter. Increase the amount of bounces you get. That also means that as Juggernaut also attacks during Juggernaut's Omni Slash, the more set slashes you get from that Aghanim Scepter, increasing it from 9 to 11, or is it 9 to 12? Regardless, it means that, yeah, 9 to 12. Yeah, so if you have 3 more...
With the negatives...
Yeah, with the
negatives
negatives.
at level 16, it's 15 bounces.
Okay, so 15... Wow, 15. Bit of engagement going on. Frostbite. Bristleback eats a scream. Should be fine. Tinker's blinking again, throws out the laser, throws out the rocket, and Earthshaker is almost killed. Pops out 1 charge to survive. Familiar's doing a bit of harassment. Bit of miss micro there, feeds a Familiar. Macropire thrown out. Visage eating a lot of damage from that Macropire. Eclipse is thrown out. Visage goes down, caught out of position. Tinker's able to blink in, throw out that DEYGON, drive that Queen of Pain back, make sure that she has to pop a bottle charge before she re-engages, throws out the marching machines to cover her team's retreat.
Struggle just waiting for Omni Slash that's just come off cooldown. They should be free to engage. Now, even with Visage down, I think that they can definitely push the tower, although maybe, yeah, with this advantage, though maybe they want to wait for the mech.
Definitely. Bit of miss micro there from the Visage. You never want to feed your birds just because it's at 160-second cooldown for your Familiars, and not only that, it's 100 gold you're feeding, but most importantly is the fact that Visage without his Familiars drastically reduced teamfight presence, drastically reduced gank power, throws out the Omni Slash, kills the Earthshaker, Queen of Pain caught up by the Frostbite, goes down, Luna jumps in, decides, hey, no, I don't want any part of that, runs away, gets hit by a Nasal Glue, Earthsplitter thrown out, hits that Bristleback. Meanwhile, over in the mid lane, Jakiro catches up to Tinker. Tinker throws out Marching Machines to cover his retreat, eats the Ice Path, eats the Dual Breath to the face, but he's going to be fine. He can TP back out, the TP back in to re-engage. And Visage choosing to max out the Gravekeeper's Cloak. Tinker blinks there once again, Macropire thrown out. Doesn't really do all too much. He's going to go down to that laser. Goes down to a right click from Visage and Familiar. Macropire not really doing too much work because they don't have anywhere to lock them in the Macropire. They don't have that Clockwork Cog. They don't have the Darkseer Vacuum.
Structures are fortified.
Really limiting the effectiveness of the hero.
Dire's middle tower
And that looks like a free tattoo tower.
has no arms to defend itself. Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Yeah, now I imagine that Struggle are going to rotate and take bottom tower and then looking to go something to Roshan in order to take high ground. With the pipe coming up on...
Bristleback?
The pipe should be coming up from Bristleback reasonably soon in the next 5 minutes or so with this influx of Tower Gold and Roshan.
Yep.
So I think with the pipe and Aegis, along with Mech and all their gold and XP lead, they should have a reasonably good chance of breaking base. Although with Queen of Pain, Earthshaker, Leshrac, and Jakiro, they have such good wave clear, it might be a bit of a problem breaking base unless Tinker gets something like a sheep stick and can just bust people open.
Yeah, definitely. Here you go, fun facts. Tinker has more gold than both the Luna and the Queen of Pain combined. His net worth is at 13,000. I think he has a DEYGON level 4. And so if he catches out any hero from the Dire side, he can kill them immediately. Throw out that rocket, blink in, laser followed by the DEYGON. No one's getting away from that. Really showcasing the power of the...
Even the Visage having more net worth than this Luna.
Yeah, although it's pretty easy to farm with that Visage, with the Familiars, with all the gold you get. Looks like he's going to feed the Familiar there. Omni Slash fires out, Macropire wasted, laser throws out, DEYGON instantly kills the Queen of Pain. Luna throws out her ult, but they're able to space tank that. Leshrac goes down to right click from Juggernaut. Another excellent 4-for-1 trade. No one goes down for the rain inside, and that looks like Rax.
Yeah, Juggernaut just bringing up a healing ward, he's gonna heal straight back up.
You see that power of that DEYGON as well as that laser combination with Tinker? He was able to instantly kill Queen of Pain before she could even throw her ult out. Could have meant a kill perhaps on the Visage. Visage taking a lot of damage, but he should be fine. Crystal Maiden with a BKB goes in balls deep, throws out an ult, solo kills the Earthshaker. This looks like game, Henry. I hate to call it, but this looks like game.
Yeah, no, this does look pretty convincing.
When your Crystal Maiden has a BKB,
just jump in
and the Luna doesn't, you know something's fucked.
On Crystal Maiden, yeah.
Tinker might go down there. Yeah, he goes down to that final last hit from the Luna, but instantly Rage Valley backs. He's saying, hey, fuck this, I'm gonna get some revenge. And when you're this far ahead, why not? DEYGON flies out. Luna doesn't stand a prayer, really regretting that Yasha pickup. BKB is what you want. Looks like Juggernaut might go down to the Queen of Pain. No! Well, gets 2 crits in a row, brings her down. Leshrac brings him down, but with that edge pop, he doesn't really care. He says thanks for the 3 HP. Macropire thrown out again, not really doing an awful lot. Gets caught up by the Frostbite and the Nasal Groove goes down. Tiggle Biddies is godlike. Someone please try to kill him.
It was a valiant effort.
eats a Lucent Beam to the face, Blade spins out. And looks like it's a second to the Rex. Earthshaker caught out with the Grape Chill. Head up with a Nasal Glue, Laser, Rocket, and Dagon. And there you go, he's gone. Point, click, repeat. Juggernaut has a Yasha as well as a Desolator. This is a fantastic pickup on the Juggernaut, as during that Omni Slash, like the Slate of Fist from the Ember Spirit, it applies the -7 armor debuff to every single hero it hits. Also, as Juggernaut's Omni Slash is physical DPS, the pre-coded ticks are 175 to 250 magic damage, but the attacks that he does in between are physical damage, so it drastically increases his DPS. Earthsplitter hits, goes down to the Rocket, Juggernaut scares away the Luna, and that looks like game. Second round of Rax is about to go down.
Yeah, and then I imagine they're just gonna walk on to the third or push
Yeah.
tier 4s.
Usually you want to make sure you go for Megas just to go for the Jugular, make sure they can't recover. Macropire followed by Ice Pop, good combination, but just too little too late, not a lot of damage coming out. Crystal Maiden chasing out the Earthshaker, recognizing that the Jakiro is already dead. Laser, Nasal Glue, and Soul Assumption. Throws out a Lucent Beam as a final fuck you, but other than that he's forced to cower in his tower. Splitter thrown out.
I guess all we're waiting for is this Bristleback to tank tower while everyone fountain dives.
I'm honestly expecting the players from Team Struggle all just buy Daygons, wait for a hero to respawn, Dagon them all down at once, and sit around the Fountain Farm, but they're being classy, they're deciding to go for the tier 3, and go for Rax, they're going for Megas, they're going for the throat, they don't want to screw around. Bristleback taking a lot of damage.
Settling for the level 4 Dagon. I don't know about this, that extra 100 magic damage is...
GG called by the Queen of Pain, 27 minutes and 37 seconds. We have game 2 of Team Struggle against Paddy Pubstomp. Throws out the Queen of Pain, ult, throws out the Liquid Fire, he's gonna be fine. Crystal Man goes balls deep once again, drops that BKB, drops that ult, gets a kill over on the Luna, frostbites the Jakiro. This Crystal Maiden is killing everything that moves, she does not care. Cheeky bit of BM coming out from Brightside. But there you go, they had to wait an hour for this game to happen. They're a little bit annoyed at how long it's taken, but we got our game in the end. Team Struggle take this 2-0. The first game was a forfeit as Paddy's Pubstomp were unable to get into the game lobby beyond 30 minutes. And there you go, I'm 49, I'm joined you by my co-caster Henry, and I think that's it for tonight. Any final thoughts, Henry?
No, I mean the tournament's going pretty well so far. We've had some results, blank. Two fairly convincing 2-0 wins. And these guys winning reasonably well tonight. They are, I do believe, in the same groups. We should be able to get, hopefully, them being able to play each other fairly soon.
Fantastic.
It'll be a very exciting game.
Alrighty, well that's it for tonight, folks. I'll be uploading the VODs onto YouTube, so thanks for listening in. I'm 49 and I'm signing off.